Good morning. Welcome to Inside Talk Show. Inside Talk Show, it's an inside job. I'm Carla Elizondo. Happy Thursday. We're continuing the reading of James Allen's book, Out from the Heart. We're on chapter 5, titled First Steps in the Higher Life. He's walking us through, I believe there are 10 steps, and he breaks them into 3 categories. The first category is going over overcoming laziness. How can we kind of get things done and not procrastinate? We left off. It says, the condition of laziness must be overcome by rousing up the body at an early hour, giving it just the right amount of sleep. He says, on no account should food or drink be taken in bed. Do you eat in bed? Do you drink in bed? He says, on no account should food or drink be taken in bed. And to lie in bed after one has awakened, indulging in ease and reverie, is a habit fatal to promptness and resolution of character and purity of mind. Nor should one attempt to do his thinking at such a time. I can relate. I remember it's probably been a couple years now, but I have a couple mantras. I think it started with Mel Robbins and the 5-second rule. She kept hitting the snooze button and she just couldn't get up and get her day. She felt like a failure already. Hitting the snooze button felt like a loser because she couldn't get out of bed. So she created the 5-second rule. It was a silly little voice in her head that said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she had it like blast off. She had to get up within 5 seconds. And I remember Bob as well when we were studying and talking about people, oh, it's hard for me to get up early. The moment your eyes awaken, you repeat, or I say this to myself, when I wake up, I get up. If you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, make it a new habit. Try this out. Try mine. Well, Bob taught me this, but when I wake up, I get up. When I wake up, I get up. I repeat that and I get up. Feet on the floor. Within 5 seconds. When I wake up, I get up. And then I don't know where I picked it up over the years, but another mantra I use, this is just what we do. This is just what we do. Before the thoughts can creep in of, oh, but just a couple more minutes, but I'm tired. I've been working so hard. This is what we do. This is what we do. When I wake up, I get up. We must, because if we sit here like James Allen is saying, the thoughts will creep in and it's like quicksand. I think of my bed as quicksand. Think of your bed as quicksand. The longer you stay in it after you wake up, the further you'll sink in, not just physically, but mentally. I want you to really take note. What kind of thoughts do you have when you first wake up in the morning? Are they positive and do they make you feel good or excited or hopeful? Or are they heavy and dense and they make you feel bad and hopeless? Be honest with yourself. I want you to think about that. All right. He's saying you shouldn't attempt to do your thinking in bed. Usually leads nowhere. Strong, pure, and true thinking is impossible under such circumstances. A man should go to bed to sleep, not to think. He should get up to think and work, not to sleep. The next step is in overcoming of self-indulgence or gluttony. The glutton is he who eats for animal gratification only without considering the true end and object of eating. He eats more than his body requires and is greedy after sweet things and rich dishes. I do that. Such undisciplined desire can only be overcome by reducing the quantity of food eaten and the number of meals per day, and by resorting to a simple and uninvolved diet. I remember when I first heard this, a simple and uninvolved diet. How much energy and effort do we put into the food we eat? It would be so easy to just have an uninvolved diet. Regular hours should be set apart for meals, and eating at other times should be rigidly avoided. Suppers should be, God, this was written a long time ago. Suppers should be abolished as they are altogether unnecessary and promote heavy sleep and cloudiness of mind. The pursuit of such a method of discipline will rapidly bring the one ungoverned appetite under control, and as the sensual sin of self-indulgence is taken out of the mind, the right selection of food will be instinctively and infallibly adapted to the purified mental condition. He's just laying down the law as far as sleeping and eating. Sleeping and eating. We'll read one more paragraph. The pursuit of such a method of discipline, oh, no, it should be well borne in mind that a change of heart is the needful thing, and that any change of diet which does not promote this end is futile. When one eats for enjoyment, he is gluttonous. The heart must be purified of sensual craving and gustatory lust. Ooh. Thanks, James Allen. I think that's why people have cheat days. If we truly, truly stick to like a diet, because at the end of the day, we are animals, but are we living more of our animal gluttonous nature of just wanting the sweets and the treats? Or are we disciplined of mind? Because remember, everything we put in our body, it affects our mood and our attitude and our mind and our health. So I think the message for today is be more disciplined with what we put in our body. Be more disciplined with what we put in our body, because it does have an effect on our mental health. It really does. Of course, have a cheat day, have sweets, have treats when you, I wouldn't say earn them. I would say when you know that it's a right time to do so. Is having a hot fudge sundae every single night right before you go to bed healthy in your mind? No. Drinking a bottle of wine before you go to bed? Ooh. We must be honest with ourselves. How are we taking care of our health? Meaning, what kind of nutrients, what kind of food are we ingesting? Nothing in life is free. Everything we put in our body, we pay a price for. Some are good, some are bad. What are we putting in our body? What are you putting in your body? How can we intuitively, like he said, once we start paying attention to what we're putting in our body and being honest with ourselves about how it makes us feel, are we being disciplined? Are we just giving into any whim, any craving? Are we being disciplined? And the better it gets, the easier it gets, the more we do it with practice, the easier it gets. And then we're intuitively drawn to healthier choices that make us feel better. Whatever that is for you, it's different for everybody. And let's pay attention to what we put in our body. I love that. And sleep too, man. Ooh, get out of bed. First thing. When I wake up, I get up. This is just what we do. Pay attention to these habits. These are the little things, the things that every single person does, eats and sleeps, that can really, really have a big, powerful, strong effect on how we feel about ourselves. Not just physically, but mentally. How do you see yourself? Do you think you're lazy? Do you feel like you're lazy? Do you feel like you're a loser? Do you feel like you're losing? Do you feel like you could do better when it comes to how you eat and how you sleep, your habits? It affects our thoughts. They're all connected. Check in with yourself, be honest in a loving way. This is good. It's all good. If you're at a place right now where you don't want to be, change it. Make one little change. Like we talked about yesterday, getting up at the same time every day. Just little teeny tiny changes. You know, cutting off eating time. I try not to eat after 7 p.m. And I'm reminding myself of that now because I think I did. I think I've been doing that. Eating after 7 p.m. because I know I don't want to go to bed all full, and like James Allen says, we sleep not very well and we have cloudiness of our mind. So let's pay attention to our eating habits and our sleeping habits. As always, if you have any questions, message me and I'll see y'all tomorrow.